Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 74. So, in today's episode, as I just adjust myself here, I was feeling intuitively guided and called to share one of my magical pieces of art. And this particular piece is titled Pushing Out the Darkness. So it was created around probably 2 years ago that I finished it, and it took probably 2 years to actually make. So if you zoom in a little closer here, actually, no, that's it, Monica. You can clearly see I'm learning as I go. But if you zoom in, you'll notice that there is layer upon layer upon layer upon layer of paint. So this particular piece and pieces similar to it are created in a bit of a playful and a different way than some of my other pieces. So with my Monstar pieces, if you've seen any of that work, I paint these beautiful monsters, which I call Monstars, and they're generally created from very vibrant, bold, powerful, and impactful colors. And then whatever residual paint I have left on the paintbrush or left over, I literally go and I roll the paintbrush up and down to the sides. Sometimes I use a scraper and I just scrape the paint and just move it around a little bit. But these beautiful and very unique pieces, which are most definitely one of a kind, are created from residual and leftover paints from other pieces that I'm busy creating. So it's almost like they're fused with the essence and the magic of my Monstars. And this particular piece, which is known as Pushing Out the Darkness, came to me at a very dark time in my life where I guess I was being invited and being reminded to remember my magical, unique essence of light. So I believe we all come as a divine fractal of, or a fractal of the divine. And just like you see a rainbow has many shades and colors because it's the light refracting off the water droplets, and humans are no different. And I believe that each one of us has a unique essence, hue, and shade to bring and add to the world. And I believe that that hue and shade changes over the course of our time here. It changes over the course of not only our lifespan on this magical earth, but also in the existence of us being in the cosmos. So, yes, this particular piece is really, truly a special one. It's really, really textured, particularly this darker, blacker part. It was actually made with the very last, like, bottom gunk of paint that was left over, where it had actually turned very gloopy and sticky and thick. And ordinarily, I'm sure some people would have thrown it away or maybe tried to dilute it. I was like, no, this is fucking magic. I'm going to use it. So that textured feel, if you could obviously feel it, I guess is what was created from all the gloopy, leftover residual stuff that no one wants to actually deal with. And that transmuted and gave birth to what I believe is just the most beautiful and magical piece ever. I wish that the camera would do it as much justice, but it's a really, really beautiful piece. It's got some splatters, some stripes, some scraping, just some real magic, I guess. And yes, I guess what else am I feeling called to share today? Perhaps a little bit more on the piece in terms of the embodiment, which it aids foster, at least within me. So this piece for me is truly an anchoring piece. It's really a piece which aids facilitate grounding and earthing and reminding us about the importance of embodiment at different times, at different spheres and junctures in our life. You know, sometimes we feel somewhat blue. Other times we feel creative and like a spark has just been lit up inside of us, and magical colors of yellow and orange come to the forefront. And I guess this piece, as much as it's about pushing out the darkness, I also feel and believe that it's here to remind us about all those shades that come with the essence and beauty of living this human life. The blue days, the bright days, the darker days. And at the end of the day, our unique individuated essence and self will always find a way through the darkness, right? Always. The darkness can truly only be made apparent when there is light. Otherwise, how can there be contrast if we don't see the light within the darkness, and similarly, the darkness within the light? But even the shadows and the darkness can't exist until and unless there is light. So just think about a flashlight shining in the middle of the night and you putting your hand right in front of it. There'll be a shadow that is cast, right? So that shadow is only visible and evident because the light is shining and illuminating on it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to see and witness the darkness. So for me, the same thing is true about this beautiful painting. Those individuated essence and soul selves would not be, I guess, illuminated and brought to the forefront of our awareness if it wasn't for the darkness, you know? It's almost like the light has to seep out in order for the darkness to be seen. So yes, I guess that's just another beautiful message that this piece unveils and reveals to me as I'm looking at it. And if you are interested in this piece or any of the other magical pieces that I've created, there is a link in my bio, which you just need to click on. It's at Art Majour, and I have all my pieces and beautiful stories that accompany each piece that were really, I feel, channeled and called through me. I don't sign any of my artwork through a signature or a name because I feel that they aren't truly mine. I might be the vessel and the conduit to this creative masterpiece, but it is a collaborative piece and it's a collaborative effort. And I genuinely usually just sign every single piece of my art with a unique color, and that unique color is sunshine yellow. So in every single piece that I create, there is a speck, a drop, a swab, or a coat of sunshine yellow, and that is essentially my signature and special little mark just to identify that it's mine. So yes, magical being, we're going 9 minutes 20 as it stands here and now. And if this particular episode spoke to you, I'd love to hear from you. Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear and know if art is something that speaks to your soul and your essence. And if so, how does it do that? It doesn't necessarily have to be with paints and a paintbrush. It can be through many mediums and forms. So creating these beautiful masterpieces for me is just one of the many ways that I express my creativity and that I believe I create art in this world. Another form and medium is dance. I love to dance, get down on it. So yes, let's not go there right now, but dancing, doodling, putting some paint on a canvas, singing, moving the body. It's just, life is just one big opportunity to create. So let me know all the means, mediums, and ways that creativity finds you and fills your soul and your spirit. As always, continue to sow those seeds, allow for the flow of life to find and guide you so that you can continue to grow, illuminate, and glow. Until tomorrow's episode, keep it real. And I'll speak to you then. Peace out. Cheers.